All right, so this is the Aftertalk with Mukdinanama, myself, and
And
Aaliyah.
yes. So yeah, it's very powerful. I always have to go back and re-listen um because so much is said.
Yeah, you were mentioning fears. Let's get to the point.
Fears, yeah. So I guess, I'm so grateful I have this wonderful script. I feel like Snoopy once upon a time on top of the doghouse writing the story. It's very beautiful. And yet I can't help but sometimes feel like I'm riding shotgun, and sometimes I'm in the back seat. And
Uh,
you are accelerating very fast, which is so beautiful. I want to keep pace, I guess, is the thing where I want to awaken to a new level of consciousness. And I think I remember having a dream.
yeah, so let's just stop right there because this is
Okay.
what we all need to do. If you find yourself repeating a story you don't want to be living,
Right.
that's the moment to say, yeah, that's an option. That's an option of a reality, of an
Right.
I am that feels like they're behind. But you cannot give your energy to that. And you can say, yeah, okay, I'm not really like that. That's why I'm asking this question. I don't really want that as my option.
Right.
And you just drop it and pick a new story.
There you go.
And that's really how simple it is. It really is that simple.
I guess it's honing one's awareness where one's awareness resides on a day to day, where it is a
Well, we're
higher new
always
level.
aware. You know every moment whether you like something or don't like it. We're constantly evaluating
Right.
good, bad, right? Constantly. Even in this moment, is this a good moment? Is this a bad moment? Can I make it better? Does it need to be better?
Hmm.
Every moment we're doing that. So every moment you have a tool that to remind you whether you're choosing what you like or not. And now you know
Right.
that it's your choice.
Right. It's my choice. So in that wanting, in that desire to be more aware, that is the choice that I'm making.
You're desiring to be, you are the identity that is aware. That's the choice you're making.
Hmm.
If you're desiring it, you just take that desire that says I want and say I am.
Right. I am
Instead of
aware.
I want to be or it's going to happen, I am. And then you become that identity, the identity that has the fulfillment of that desire.
Right.
And then you choose, and that's all you need. There needs to be, you don't need to feel it, you don't need to see it, nothing, because reality is created from the I am.
Right.
Everything you experience, the body, the world, your thoughts, is always created from that choice. How was a choice made? It's made by what you're focused on. I think, like we were talking about, like there's an there's an infinite thing called the book of life. Some people call it the Akashic records. Each individualized expression of God has this, and we all have each other's. Like there's nothing that anybody has that somebody else doesn't have in an individual life. So everybody has access to everything. But in this sort of prism of the I am, which is you can think of as like a facet of, a diamond that has many facets, that would be one I am. There is a kind of a pull or whatever to focus on these images, these screenshots of the Akashic records, which is infinite, and take these screenshots and make a movie out of it, make a story out of it, make an adventure out of it with a theme and everything else. And so, how do you choose is where do you put your attention? What are you giving? What are you investing your focus in? Because the focus is the choice. If you're constantly focused on, I'm not enough and how do I become this? That's the reality. That's the movie you're going to create. That I am, that identity is going to have a movie about I'm not enough. always trying to become something I'm not.
Mm.
If you instead focus on, I am abundant, I am an eternal being embodied, I am having the time of my life. If that's what you focus on, this I amness, then the reality will show that in a movie. It'll put together all the screenshots that make that movie,
Right.
and you'll experience that.
I think for me, I have always had this experience of myself as an eternal being. I've had visions of it since I was very, very young.
Yeah, but it's where your focus lives moment
Right.
by moment.
Right.
It's the moment that creates the reality.
Well, and this is one of the reasons I've always experienced myself as that observer consciously, because I could see the difference between the visions I would have and the experience I was having. So it creates an interesting level of participation.
You're the one that put the split. You're believing in
Mm.
a split.
Mm-hmm.
You put that in the story. Drop the story.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm done with that identity that has a split. There's only one of me.
There's only one of me. Right.
It's the one I choose now.
Right.
Does that make sense?
It does. It does.
You're carrying a story a long time.
Right.
So it looks very consistent. But
Yes.
you made that up.
Right.
Well, I hope that feels very
yes,
liberating.
it does.
Yeah, you don't have to keep repeating that in your head like something you've got to figure out. You drop that character and you be the one that you prefer to be, the one that is aware, whose reality always reflects the I am they've chosen.
Right.
That's who you are now. Stop being the other one. You keep getting what you're getting because you keep believing that to be real. Unchangeable is what I mean by real.
Mm.
It's changeable now.
Yes. No. It is definitely ingrained because it's like you said. That's a good way to say it. It's been a very long running experience. Some of my earliest conscious moments.
Yeah, it's been a long run standing I am.
Yeah.
So drop it.
There you go.
And that's the end of that. That's really what it's all about.
Right.
I don't like that. I keep trying to fix it. Guess
Well,
what? You're not going to fix it.
Well, it's very interesting because you say we create that we come in to have this entranced limited experience.
Yes, and we also come in to get in the identity that doesn't.
Right.
Isn't entranced.
Yeah.
Is living as a creator mind.
Right.
Or creator being would be a better way to say it.
Right. Good. I'm very excited. No, I know our destiny is so beautiful for everyone. It's so beautiful. You would weep.
Yeah, I know. We're just working out what,
Mm-hmm.
What are the things that trip up?
Mm-hmm.
What traps have we laid down for ourselves to make it very difficult to get out of the trance on purpose?
Right.
Right? But then there comes a point where we've said, all right, I'm done with the trance of this. Now I want this. And this is what this is what enlightenment is, if you will, or whatever expansion, whatever name you want to give it.
Right.
Knowing more of oneself is. And one of the things that can trip an identity up is what you're thinking is the gap, right? Like,
right.
Okay, I've declared, and I don't see it yet.
Right.
Well, who's declaring? Because I like this analogy. The I am believes in the end state. In other words, the one that says, knowing they are a creator, that I am rich, I am wealthy. They see the movie. They see the movie. Only when you go back to the old identity that doesn't have it do you start getting concerned. When you look through the old identity's eyes that you don't have it, then you start getting concerned. And in actuality, you don't. But if you're in I am abundant and you've seen the movie, you know the movie, you feel, you are that in the movie, this abundant, rich being. There can be nothing else. And you know that. It's just, it's like there's no question about it. Where is it? Because it's already yours. Because everything you focus on, everything you choose is yours to experience. It's yours. Everything is yours. But your focus on that particular thing is what will bring you the experience as an I am. So I guess that, if I have to give advice, it's like jump into the ocean of the I amness of your chosen identity and don't get out of it. You only be that. These things that you see on the outside, one by one, will dissolve as your new reality, as this reality of the identity takes over.
Right. Yes.
But you are already that identity. The riches are there. The eternal physical form is already there because there is no time and space.
Yes.
The whole entire book is there. You are just now putting your flashlight of awareness on the I am that you've chosen to resurrect, to experience in the book of life.
Right.
Yeah, you wanted to say something?
Well, yeah, no, it's beautiful, and I know that to be true. It's interesting. I have a slightly different, and I'll give you a couple of quick experiences. I had a dream that I was missing the party. I had to be in my early 20s, like the celestial party, and I didn't even know
Before
what.
you go on with this, understand, as you put all your attention on this past I am, who is a past identity,
Right.
or the past dream,
Right.
you are bringing that I am to this moment now,
To the
and
front.
therefore
Yeah, the
giving it
experience.
more life.
Yes.
Oh, if you still want to go on, go
No, I
on.
don't. Well, I want to
At
delineate
least
it.
go on from the
Well,
perception that the old me,
yes,
the old identity had this dream.
the old identity had this. It's in Choose Your Adventure. It's almost like you're choosing life or death, right? When you choose those books. And why would anybody choose death? But I guess having an experience of such a high state of awareness and being so young, everything seemed kind of lackluster in contrast. So the only way one really fails is in hesitating to choose, in indecisiveness
No, you
forever.
just become an indecisive I am.
Right.
That's your life experience. That's
Right.
your reality.
Right.
You still have chosen. You just chose to be indecisive.
Indecisiveness. Well, it reminds me of stuff like the never-ending story. It's like, if you don't name, the universe is created when the boy gives the princess a name,
Which
right?
is the way of choosing.
Creative power.
Yeah.
And so but there is an analogy in that to choosing, and that creative power needs to be used. And like you said, jump into the I
Doesn't
am
need to
that I
be.
know.
You can be that never chooses.
That
That's
sounds terrible.
an identity.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in that. But I see, the point is, I see that is a way to withhold, a way to keep limitation in focused on limitation.
Yeah, it's a limitation.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Very good.
Very good. Thank you, as
All right.
always.
Have a good day.
Yes.